Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to the city of Semarang. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Regina Azaria, who will be your guide during your trip in the city of Semarang. And we were also accompanied by Mr. Andy as a driver who took us during the trip. And there is also Mr. Budi next door who helped us during the trip. Have you ever been to Semarang before? Semarang City is the capital city of Central Java Province, Indonesia, as well as the fifth largest metropolitan city in Indonesia after Jakarta, Surabaya, Medan, and Bandung. As one of the most developed cities on the island of Java, Semarang City has a population of more than 2 million people. The Semarang mega urban area is part of the Kedeng Sepur metropolitan area. Consists of Kendal, Demak, Ungaran, Semarang Regency, Salatiga City, Semarang City, and Purwodadi. The city of Semarang is led by the Mayor Hendrar Prihadi and the Deputy Mayor Insinyur Haji Devarita Gunaryanti Rahayu. The city is located about 558 km east of Jakarta or 312 km west of Surabaya, or 621 km southwest of Banjarmasin. Semarang is bordered by the Java Sea to the north, Demak Regency to the east, Semarang Regency to the south, and Kendal Regency to the west. The city of Semarang has an administrative area of 3,373.70 square kilometer, as well as being the largest administrative municipality on the island of Java. Etymologically, the name Semarang comes from the word sem, which means acid or tamarind tree, and the word arang, which means really, which is combined into rare acid. The name Semarang began when Ki Ageng Pandanaran I came to an island called Pulau Tirang near the Bergata port and saw tamarind trees that rarely grow close together. The naming of the city of Semarang changed during the Dutch East Indies colonial era to Semarang. The city of Semarang was one of three important port centers, Jakarta and Surabaya, for the Dutch East Indies as a supplier of agricultural products from the interior of Java. Not only that, Semarang also has many towns, one of which is Lawang Sewu, which is the initial destination of our trip here. And remember, in Lawang Sewu, we only have 1 hour. So, have you ever been to Lawang Sewu before? Previously, I will explain some information about Lawang Sewu. Lawang Sewu is a heritage building from the Netherlands which was built in 1900. This building itself stands firmly on the north, opposite the Tugu Buddha Monument. And addition, Lawang Sewu is also adjacent to the Semarang Shopping Center. At first, Lawang Sewu was the office of a private railway company called Indices Power Maaspaci or NIS. But after Indonesia's independence, the function of the Lawang Sewu building changed. So, for the ladies and gentlemen, does anyone know why the building can be called Lawang Sewu? Is there 1,000 doors? Of course, that's not the right answer. Now, it was the people of Lawang Sewu gave the name Lawang Sewu because there are so many doors. In addition, the Lawang Sewu building also have a very large window. Therefore, people think that the windows are a door and seem to have 1,000 of doors. So, ladies and gentlemen, please wait a moment. I will buy the entrance ticket first. Okay? And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go get off the bus and get the tickets at the entrance. If you get an entrance tickets, we will gather here again so that we don't get spared from the group. Okay? Come on. Is everything complete, so let's go inside. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are many stories in the community here that talk about the horror of the Lawang Sewu area. However, this building is hundreds of years old and is also a relic of the Netherlands. Although the building is old, the Lawang Sewu building is very well maintained and has been renovated several times into a beautiful building even at night. And this is the floor plan of the Lawang Sewu building. If you are satisfied to see, let's go to the next place. Come on. Some of these photos are of the beginning of the establishment of Lawang Sewu. Lawang Sewu was built by Dutch on February 27, 1904 and complete in 1097. At first, this building functioned as the head office of a private Dutch railway company under the name Netherlands Indische Spoorwegmaatschappij, or abbreviated as NIS. This company was the first to build a railway line in Indonesia connecting Semarang, Surakarta, and Yogyakarta. The first line that was built was Semarang Temanggung in 1867. The NIS board of directors entrusted the building design to Professor Jacob F. Kleinkamer and B.I. Quindok, both are domiciled in Amsterdam. All building design processes are carried out in the Netherlands. After design is complete, the design drawings are then brought to the city of Semarang. The NIS headquarters is a large two-story building with a shape resembling the letter L. The development of the NIS head office in Semarang was due to considerable need to construct many buildings for public and housing due to the expansion of the colonies. This centralization of colonial expansion and the growth of private business. Unfortunately, all of these did not meet expectation because the rapid development of the railway network at the time required the continued addition of technical and administrative personnel to keep up with development. This make the NIS office in Semarang no longer adequate to accommodate all NIS staff. Various ways have been taken, such as rendering a number of privately owned buildings for temporary solution, making work even more inefficient, not to mention that the location of Semarang NIS station is close to swamp, making things like cleanliness and health an important consideration. And now let's go to the next room. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take photo, you can do it later, okay? Come on, follow me. This is how the trends use, very different from the trends now, right? Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take a photo or have a look first, if you have, you can sit on the chairs that have been provided towards of the story of the railroads. Now, sit down. Well, now let's go to the next room, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to the prison premises. Come on, follow me. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the prison premises. During the struggle for independence, Lawang Sewu was a silent witness to the dark Dutch colonial period. After being abandoned by the NIS, this building was often used by the Dutch and Japanese colonialists as a prison. Some of the rooms in this building were even turned into torture detention rooms. And in there is a detention room. We can not go inside because it's cramped and dark. So I will just explain in here. The prisons names are standing prison and squatting prison. You cannot imagine how many years people would enter the prison, have to stand or squat. Initially, the standing prison room was used as a location for holding prisoners. Detainees were put in the room in crowd conditions. This forced them to always stand because if they sit, the prison room will feel more cramped and torturous. Not a few of these prisoners died in this room due to exhaustion of lack of oxygen. But what is even worse is the squatting prison room, because the prisoners who are put into the squat prison room are first the jostle in the squatting state that is the less than 1.5 meters high from the room. You can imagine the suffering of the prisoners who were put in this room. After the proclamation of independence, Lawang Sewu became an eyewitness during the 5-day battle in Semarang between AMKA youths or the Young Railways Force against Kempete and Kidopute from the Japanese army. That's why the Semarang city government with a mayor's decree decided that Lawang Sewu was included in 1002 historical and science buildings in the Semarang city that must be protected. So there is no longer standing prison or squatting prison. And ladies and gentlemen, you can look around here. You can take a photos too. When you're done, you will gather on the stairs that are there. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the second floor, and don't forget to be careful if you go to up the upstairs. Come on, let's go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reasons why Lawang Sewu is called a haunted place for the people. Because of the dark history Lawang Sewu, this building has 1,000 stories with mystical elements. Starting from the use of Lawang Sewu as a prison and torture chamber, the prisoners, to the battle between fighters and Japanese invaders that killed many people. Semarang residents encountered many mystical events when visiting Lawang Sewu during the day or night. If you see the ditch around this area, it used to be that the place was for the disposal of corpses during the colonial period. Here there is no land to bury many thousands of corpses, so they dump the corpse there until they fill up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take more photos, please don't forget to gather again on the stairs. Okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and now we going to the first floor. And remember, be careful going down the stairs and don't push each other's people, okay? Let's go to the next room. There is a good photo spot for you, ladies and gentlemen, who still want to take a pictures. Come on, let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take a photo, please take a photo first, but don't cross the border, okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is still plenty of time. Please, ladies and gentlemen who still want to take a walk while taking photo to see Lawang Sewu, and then gather again at the train statue in front there. So, in here, there are also souvenirs if you want to buy them for your family. And now take your time in Lawang Sewu. Okay, thank you. Is everything complete in here? Nothing is missing, right? if it's complete, well, we go to the bus now. Come on, let's go. Is everything really complete in here? If it's complete, let's continue our journey. Go go! Test 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, our next trip is to a place by typical Semarang souvenirs. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you know about typical Semarang gifts? Yes, that's right, lumpia. But not only that, around here there is the most famous culinary tourist spot in Semarang, namely Bandeng Presto. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also buy other things besides Bandeng Presto, such as Wigo Babat and also lumpia. Oh yeah, we're only here for a little while because our next destination is dinner. Before we go to our destination, I will explain a little about what is the Bandeng Presto. This Bandeng Presto Pandanaran is a pioneer of one of the typical souvenirs of the city of Semarang, namely soft Bandeng Presto, because it has been selling soft Bandeng Presto since 1977. The soft turns are because they are cooked using a pressure cooker. The name Presto itself comes from the pressure cooker brand that was used for the first time in processing this bandeng. At first, they only sold Bandeng Presto, but now there are many various souvenirs that can be purchased here, such as pepes Bandeng Presto, pindang Bandeng Presto, and otak-otak Bandeng Presto, and lumpia, wingko babat, enting-enting, mochi cake, wajik, getuk, bakpia, and many others. The price of Bandeng Presto with the vacuum packaging of one box containing 4 bandeng is sold at price of 130,000. This vacuum packaging is able to make bandeng last 1 week sign processing at room temperatures and 1 month in the refrigerator, making it suitable for souvenirs. As the regular packaging without a vacuum is a cheaper, which is 110,000 per box, containing 4 soft torn bandeng and chili sauce. For this packaging, it only lasts 2 days at room temperature and 1 week if it is put in the refrigerator. Well, ladies and gentlemen, soon we will reach our destination. So, ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourself first before we arrive. Ladies and gentlemen, are you all complete? And are you all hungry too? If so, let's go to the next destinations. Our next destination is the Kampung Laut restaurant, the most famous restaurant in the Semarang area. The seafood there is so fresh, original from the fishermen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we still have a long way to go get there. So, please, if you want to rest for a while, later when it arrives at its destination, I will inform for you all. Is all complete, right? Is everything complete? Let's continue our journey. So, ladies and gentlemen, because it's 8 p.m., we go to hotel now, okay? When is the flight scheduled tomorrow? 11 o'clock, huh? Then let's go to the hotel. Don't worry, there's already breakfast there. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are not hungry on the plane tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going through tourism in Semarang, namely the Kota Lama. It used to be the Kota Lama, an area in the city of Semarang which became a trading center in the 19th, 12th, 20th century. At the time, to protect the people and their territory, the VOC built a fort in the area which was named the Fort. The Kota Lama area of Semarang is a silent witness to the history of Indonesia during the colonial period for more than 2 centuries. And its location is adjacent to the center of economic activity. In this place, there are about 50 ancient buildings that still stand firmly and have a history of colonialism in Semarang. In general, the character of the buildings in this area follows the buildings on the European continent around the 1700s. This can be seen from the distinctive building details and ornaments that are identical to the European style, such as the enormous size of the doors and windows, the use of colored glass, the unique shape of the roof to basement. The Kota Lama is better during the day because you can take as many photos as you want than at night, like now. So, ladies and gentlemen, just went straight to the hotel, okay? Tomorrow at 7 a.m. we will gather here again for breakfast. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's go this way. In our Dari elevator tour, don't push each other. If so, have a good rest, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please, if you want to have a breakfast, don't forget, after breakfast, we will gather here again at 9. After that, we will go to the airport. Ladies and gentlemen, for the hotel key, just leave it to me. Later, please go to the bus first. There's Mr. Andy and Mr. Budi were there to help put your luggage in the baggage. Test. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How was your sleep last night? Can't believe today is the last time we see each other. Are you all satisfied with being in Semarang? Or is it still lacking? I'm still lacking because there are still many tourists that I haven't introduced to all for you. Before we reach our destination, I would like to thank all of you who have used my service to guide your journey, even if it was only for a day. Sorry if there are words that are not pleasant to hear, for you, ladies and gentlemen. And here, this paper. Please fill in and also give hope for us in the future. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the airport. Don't forget to check your luggage again before getting off and leave the paper that I gave you early on the chair. No one has left their luggage, right? Don't miss it. If you haven't missed anything, we from My Flight Tour would like to thank you for using our service, and also be careful on your way. Bye!